Welcome back to You Can Never Trust Anypony Part 2, Chapter 1. Let's finish it up. She dragged the body back into the darkness and came back. Rarity was paralyzed with fear after seeing the body and could not speak anything besides little mutters of nonsense. Fluttershy then went to the table that had a powerful heater on it. She then got out a nail on the table and put some tongs she had. Whatever. She then put the nail on the heater, and when she pulled it out, it was bright red. Rarity looked in fear at the nail. Then Fluttershy came over to her with the nail and the tongs. I love to write stories in my free time, you know. I think I'll write a very short one right now. I think I'll write a very short one right now. That's the way it says. I don't know. Anyways, said Fluttershy. She lowered the nail towards Rarity's stomach. Rarity started to let out scratchy screams. Scream all you want, Rarity. No one will hear your fucking screams. Fluttershy lowered the nail. Even more, it hit Rarity's skin. Rarity let out a loud scream of pain, and Fluttershy kept on pushing on the skin. Stop moving, you fucking bitch. You're messing up my writing. Fluttershy wrote an I with the hot nail on Rarity's stomach. Then she wrote an A, then an M, then A, then W. Fluttershy passed out from the pain. ... Rarity... No, I meant Rarity passed out from the pain, not Fluttershy. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, Rarity could feel the hot nail burn even though she fainted. She could only let out mutters as she felt the burning of her skin. ... Rarity woke up and Fluttershy looked at her. Aw, you missed out on all the fun. Rarity was in extreme pain from all the burns, and then she looked down at what Fluttershy wrote. Rarity was crying from the deep pain. Wow, you're crying now? Well, it's about to get worse. Hold on. Sorry about that. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. Continuing. Wow, are you really crying now? It's about to get worse. Fluttershy took out a large knife and held it up to Rarity. Fluttershy then started to cut off the burn marks. Fluttershy screamed. No. Rarity screamed. Sorry for saying Fluttershy. And cried as Fluttershy slowly cut down her skin and exposed her muscle and flesh. She kept on cutting out the letters burned out of Rarity's body, one by one. Rarity could not stop going side by side and screaming loudly from pain. As soon as the burned skin was cut away, Rarity saw spots of throbbing flesh and muscle that were bleeding badly. You look a little hungry, Rarity. Well, I have some food here, and it's already cooked. Fluttershy then put the metal thing back into Rarity's mouth to force it wide open, and I have to pause again. I am deeply sorry about this. Again, I want to say I'm sorry, and let's continue. She kept on screaming in pain and watched the blood slowly come out of her cuts. Fluttershy then put Rarity's burning skin into Rarity's mouth and forced her to swallow it. She gagged and puked up the skin all over herself. The acid from the puke made the cuts burn badly, and Rarity let out even more screams of pain. She saw the cuts throbbing badly. Hey, you should thank me for giving you the free food, bitch. Fucking bitch. She then dipped the skin that was rolled up into rolled up into one roll, and the puke and shoved the roll of puke soaked skin into Rarity's mouth. Rarity swallowed the skin as fast as she could to try and get it over with. Now that's what I like to see, Rarity. Fluttershy took the metal thing out of Rarity's mouth. Rarity let out small whimpers of pain. Now, how about we have a little lemon party? No, not a lemon party! Rarity screamed with her acid-burned voice. Oh no, not that kind of lemon party. We're going to have my kind of lemon party. Fluttershy went into the darkness. Fluttershy went into the darkness, where Rarity could not see her, and she came back with a huge jug of lemon juice and acid. Inside this is pure lemon juice. I squeezed it myself. A bit of acid too, just burning through your skin. A little acid just to burn through your skin. Sorry. But the acid is not strong enough to kill you. It'll just hurt you. Rarity started to scream in horror as Fluttershy slowly came over with the jug, only having a slasher-type smile on her face. She then tipped the bottle of lemon juice and acid went onto Rarity's body where the cuts were. Then she screamed out extremely loud as the acid burnt through her skin. The juice burned her cuts. The cuts started to bubble and make little popping noises. Rarity kept on screaming in pain. I just love the sound of your screams, Rarity. It reminds me of when I killed a little baby just by putting it into a huge blender. I love her screams too. Anyways, Rarity kept on screaming at the top of her lungs and watched the acid burn her skin and expose flesh to the juice. You know, I like that horn of yours. Fluttershy then took out a saw and started to saw off Rarity's horn. Slowly. Stop moving, bitch. You're making it hard for me to saw. Rarity heard cracks of the bone, and her horn deep into her skull. It was like hearing hell itself, but it's trapped inside your head. Then when Fluttershy had sawed through about 2/3 of the horn, just broke off. Hee, I think this looks pretty, but it's a bit like something else. You know what it could be? Said Fluttershy. Rarity was only screaming and crying in pain. She could not answer. Well, it looks a bit like some odd kind of dildo. Fluttershy then shoved Rarity's horn into her vagina. It tore the walls inside her vagina. Little rivers of blood flowed under where the horn was shoved. Hee, looks like you're having a bloody hell. This is so stupid. Fluttershy then pushed the horn deeper into the vagina, and more blood slowly leaked out. You know, I've always thought your eyes looked pretty, Rarity. Fluttershy then took out a small knife from the table. I sure want to keep them because they shine like diamonds. Fluttershy pinned Rarity's head with one hoof, and had the knife in another. How can she hold it? It's a hoof. Anyways, she then slowly slit Rarity's left eye out of the socket, then went behind the eyeball with the knife and popped it out. Blood leaked from the socket and the eyeball itself. The eye was popped out of the socket and being held on by the muscles that were once behind it. Then Fluttershy cut the muscles and held the eye up in her hand. It shines wonderfully even when it's not in you. She looked at Rarity, whose socket was bleeding extremely badly, and the muscles in the back of it were throbbing, like like bits of muscle hanging out of bits of muscle hanging out of the side of the socket. Man, it feels a little cold in here. I better get some heat going. Fluttershy then went back into the shadows and came back with matches and a can of gas. She sprayed the gas all over Rarity's white, bloody, soaked body. Rarity was only twitching a bit and letting out little whimpers. Once her whole body was soaked, Fluttershy lit a match and threw it on Rarity. I'm sorry. Rarity lit up and started to twitch from side to side. Her tongue darted out of her mouth. Once the fire was out, Fluttershy took the burned body and smiled. All in a day's work. She then unstrapped the body and cut it up, and then cooked bits of the body and made some into hamburgers out of it. Oh, these burgers look very tasty. But oh yeah, one thing. They're vegetarians though. Why would they like burgers? Moving on. Maybe I should share it with someone, she said to herself. Then she walked out of the dark house. And that's the story. It's done. I just want to say I love this story so much. Thanks for watching, and just thank you for viewing this. I'll see you next time.